when hunting for treasures beyond measure. Don't be alarmed. Just abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your BFF Snowy Oreo 663 here, right now. And for day 6 of the Scare-A-Thon, we have As Above, So Below from 2014. Another film on this list that I have seen. It's honestly such a vibe. It's one of my favorite films to pull out for friends who just want to get a little spooked. I mean, any movie that takes place in the Paris catacombs has got to be a little scary. And fun fact, this was the first film to ever get permission to film there. So yeah, this thing was filmed on location in the Paris catacombs. We love some dedication. I'll start with a brief synopsis, go into my thoughts, and then dive into spoiler territory with a full summary. Ready? Let's go. A woman named Scarlett is filming a documentary detailing her expedition to find the elusive Philosopher's Stone, an item detailed in alchemy to have the ability to heal wounds and turn metal into gold. Her father spent his entire life searching for the stone before hanging himself, leaving Scarlett determined to find it and prove her father wasn't crazy. She is so determined that she nearly gets herself blown up to find the fabled rose key to translate markings on a tombstone revealing the location, being under the Paris catacombs. Assembling a team of herself, an old fling George, cameraman Benji, and a frequent explorer of the catacombs, Papillon and his friends Suxi and Zed, the squad heads deep into the tunnels to find the hidden stone, willing to go to hell and back to find it. If you have claustrophobia, good luck on this one. So many scenes here feel so goddamn restricting because of the tight passages. And again, filmed on location. These actors are really down here, and that's what makes it feel so much more cramped. And once the more unexplained things begin to occur down in the tunnels, forget it. It's super damn scary and intense. The characters in this do feel really distinct, for the most part. There's one particular outlier that I'll leave for the spoiler section, but other than that, everyone feels genuine and very well fleshed out. Scarlett is such a badass lead, even if her determination will surely get other people killed along the way. She has little regard for others' safety, so I guess it's understandable if some people don't like her, but I latch myself to her perseverance and strength to proceed even in the face of ultimate danger. Now we'll get a little deeper into the plot and into some spoilers. If you want to skip, head to this time. Ready? 3, 2, 1, boo! Heading into the passageways, Papillon leads the group down a very tight crawl space when Benji gets stuck. The tunnel collapses around him just as he manages to escape, but it essentially traps everyone. They find that they somehow went in a circle, despite Papillon being adamant that the tunnel doesn't bend. Scarlett wants to go down a second passage, but Papillon tells her that that tunnel is evil. He talks about his friend named Latup, who went down that way and never came back. But out of options, the group has to proceed down that way. Things start to get a little supernatural down here. A phone is heard ringing in the distance, and George finds a piano identical to the one he had in his childhood, including the flat key. They keep going, shocked to find a wide-eyed Latup who tells them that the only way out is down. Papillon and his crew are wary, saying that he's acting very different to his usual demeanor. I mean, he's lived in a tunnel for how long now? Past more odd places with strange properties, the group swims through a hole in the floor to find a non-rotting body of Nicholas Flamel, the alchemist who made the Philosopher's Stone. They also find lit torches and a room of gold, which Papillon's group goes for. Scarlett is more interested in a painting on the wall, using clues to determine that the stone is right within the rock. Just as Papillon pries at the gate, Scarlett realizes that the gold is a trap, the ceiling collapsing on them.
All right, who's not dead? Sound off.
Latup is lost in the cave-in, and Suxi is severely injured. Using the stone, Scarlett heals Suxi's wound. As they continue on, George finds an inscription on the wall, saying the famous line, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here." The same phrase written on the gates of hell. Continuing on, the group finds themselves in a nearly identical chamber to the one they were just in, minus the door they came from. The only other differences are Nicholas Flamel's body is now rotted, and everything seems to be flipped upside down. They also spot a Latup in the corner, acting weird. I'm sure that he's fine. He looks completely normal.
Then why the fuck's he keep staring at us like he's on methamphetamine?
Suxi approaches him, but he grabs her and slams her head onto the ground, crushing her skull and killing her before disappearing. Scarlett can't bring her back from the dead, forcing the group to leave her behind. As they descend down a long shaft, Benji takes up the rear as he gets jump scared by a woman holding a baby, causing him to slip and fall to his death. Next, the remaining members see a fire blazing in the distance, finding a flaming car with a man inside it. We actually saw this man earlier in the film in the catacombs, him being how Scarlett learned about Papillon's experience down there. Pap immediately recognizes this scene, saying that it wasn't his fault. An invisible force pulls him into the wreckage, leaving only his feet sticking out of the stone floor. Aw man, the hot French guy died. Boo. The two main characters and Zed, I guess, head down farther, finding a creepy figure in a chair and faces on the wall, one jumping out and biting into George's neck. Scarlett tries the stone again, but it doesn't work. George mumbling something about rectifying. Scarlett figures out that the stone's a fake, and she needs to return it to where she got it, rectifying herself so she can get the real stone. She leaves Zed to watch over George as she runs back, seeing a ton more scares before putting the fake stone back. On her way down again, she sees the apparition of her father hanging from the ceiling, and she hugs him. She then admits that she was so sorry for not answering his phone call the night he died, not knowing he was in that much pain. With her guilty conscience cleared, she makes her way back to the boys, using her hand and the power of love or whatever to heal George. The three stooges wander to a hole in the floor, each one admitting their guilt before agreeing to take the plunge. George feels guilt for when his brother drowned in a cave waiting for him to come back for help, and Zed is a child that he walked out on. The three jump down, landing and finding a manhole cover in the floor. Pushing it down, they climb out and somehow not being hit by a car as they embrace. Zed just kinda leaving because he's had enough of this shit. Okay, so real quick, Zed was the weak link here in the character department. I asked my friends who hadn't seen this movie who they thought would die first, and yeah, Zed was picked. He's extremely bland and pretty much handpicked for the first to die character, but he's only kept alive because someone needed to hold the camera on the two main characters, so to me he just sticks out because he's so bland compared to everyone else. Aside from that, this one's so good. Yeah, the characters are stupid as hell, pretty much deserving all the shit that happened to them because of how reckless they are, but I think overall it's a really good package. If you haven't read Dante's Inferno, you'll miss a lot of parallels that are in this. This one gets really damn creative with how it correlates to that, and I always love stories of characters rectifying their guilty conscience. Totally get that some people didn't like the dumbass characters or the ludicrous amount of jump scares, but I, for one, love this thing. Not flawless, but it earned its 3.5 out of 5 stars. Thanks so much for watching my video. As for tomorrow's movie, they say the woods are whispering the devil's words, but I, for one, don't trust that goat. Bye.